I just share my whole screen now. And I think you guys are able to see my whole screen. Just press confirm in the chat. Now we'll be, oh, let's use this. I will use Scrappy and I will use also some other. I will also show you everything. Thank you for. Okay, so this is in C. So I am already logged into this application. So let me just log out here. Okay, so we'll be using Burp Suite. Now, let's just log in. Notice everything very carefully. Okay, so I will just connect to Burp. Now everything will be there in itself. Okay, now let me just refresh this particular page. So you can see there is a vehicle and there been some kind of latitude, longitude thing is there. So this is the website and I am just using it for my normal purpose. Let me just add this particular website to my scope because I don't want any other URLs to get in my history. So I'll just filter everything. Now you can see if we just click on refresh location, okay, so location is already been refreshed. That's why. So if you just check, you can see these are all the API endpoint. You can see the API slash v2 is there, right? I hope you can see these things. You can see API slash v2 endpoint, right? So this is the vehicle that is been present. That is been that is this is my vehicle. You can see which has been in there in this particular endpoint, and you can see the ID number is 4436. The name is Shannon. This is the email, and this is the phone number which is associated with it. And also, if we just go to the vehicle, we can see we have an user ID, we have the VIN number, year, and we can also have a latitude, longitude. Okay, this is another thing that we can see. This is another location regarding this thing. Um, Let me just send this to repeater, this particular, and let me just send the request, and you can see now this is the vehicle number. And if you how do I know the vehicle number? This is the vehicle number. If you just see, you can see this is the user ID of the vehicle. This is the same thing you can see. And for this particular location that I am getting is this is the latitude longitude of this particular vehicle. Right. Now, according to we should only able to know the latitude longitude of our vehicle, not others. Right. Now let's look for some of the vulnerabilities. Let's see if we can see the latitude longitude of other vehicle. Okay, then we able to know where they are located. So this is the dashboard, I guess. So let's go to the community. I think it's not loaded properly. So yeah, now it's fine. Now let me just load the community tab once again. Okay. I might be having something. Okay, you can see the community post. This is the recent. So let me just send this one to repeater once again. So this is the community post. I think some problem is occurring here. No issue. So in the community post URL, you can see there are a lot of other IDs, right? You can see there are a lot of other IDs. So what will happen if I swap this particular car ID, if this particular card ID to some other like this one? So what will happen? Let's check. Let's perform copy and Let's just swap this particular thing. We are getting 4 by 4 error. So as you can see, okay, so this particular tab is, so let me just do one thing. This particular is not giving proper responses. So what I will do, let's just open the tab of browser Burp itself. That will be a lot more good for us. Let's open this one, crappy.ai. That will be better, I guess. Just a minute. So this is the thing. Hmm. I think there's a little bit problem. Just a minute. Hmm. My antivirus is preventing it from opening the site. No issue. I'll just, okay, so it's now opening here. So it's supposed to open here also. Okay, so let's get back to where we were actually. Yeah. So just get back to the community. Hmm. So let me check from this browser. So so- okay. Anyway, you can see. So after, if you just even click on this particular on any post, or we will able to get a lot of things as we are repeating in the session itself, right? We will able to get the ID, and then we can just swap this for one of the ID in the vehicle, and we will be able to get that particular person's locations, right? So same thing we can open. Let me just restart the buff suit, as some problem is occurring in the buff. I might be, it's not hosting in properly, I guess. Let me open the once again. And let me also check the, yeah. Let's get back to the community. This is the community post, right? Now I will send this to repeater, and we have, let's send this, and we will have a lot of ID, right? And let's go to our dashboard, and let's just refresh our locations. So go to the proxy tab and check our vehicles locations. I think this is the vehicle location of our, so we will send it to repeater, and this is the location, our location. We can see this is our profile. So now if we change the ID, like if we swap the ID, so let's copy this particular ID, and if we just change this hour and send, okay, then it's throwing some from this folder. Let's see any other particular good ID. Let's see the community post. Let's just get all the community posts. Let's check for something like let's choose this particular vehicle ID. This particular vehicle ID is there. So let's just copy this ID, go to the repeater, and sorry, I'm doing wrong, I guess. Here is the vehicle options. And if you send, you can see you are able to get the car location of the person known as Jeff Wend. You can see the lat long. Okay, so you are able to access another person car's location. So that is one vulnerability. You shouldn't be able to get to this. Okay, not only that, let's see some other vulnerabilities too. So if we just go to our profile, we can see there's an option for video, right? So let's try to upload any video. There is a car video which is so I am trying to uploading it, and this video is updated, right? Let's also do one thing. I will add this to my scope, and in order to prevent this thing, I will also add only the in scope item, right? So if we see there are three options. We can change the video, we can share this video with the community, and we can change the video name, right? So let's try to change the video name. So let's name it something like test.mp4. You can name like something like this, test mp4, and we can create to change the video name. We can see this is there. Here we have got the request. So I will send this request to repeater. Let's forward this and turn our intercept off. So if we send this request, okay, I think we have a certain extension on. Okay, let me just mm, let's put it here. I think this is my suppose some of my extension are on. So let's just off this extension. I think that's the reason they are occurring. Let's turn off the extension. Okay, so let's just do this task once again. Sorry. Yeah. Let's change the video name once again. Let me just click this particular thing once again, change video name, and let's see if the video name gets changed. Yeah, so the video name gets changed. So let's just go to the history and just go to the videos and let's see the request. So this is the request where our video name actually gets changed, right? So I will send this request to repeater. Let's send the request, and you can see we have the response, right? Now we don't have any other option other than changing. So let's see what are the other methods that we can actually access. If we change the option, put to options and send the request, we can see we have other only these three methods are allowed. This only the methods are allowed. You can send get request, we can send head request, we can send put request that is already there. We have delete options, right? And we have options. So we might be able to perform some deleting, although that particular thing is not there. So let's see if we change the option to delete and send the request. And now we can see what the message is. This is an admin function. Try to access the admin API. So as a normal user, we are not have the function where we don't have the authorization to delete this. So what we can do? So we need to think of something. So what in a general thing you can do, always try to think of this methodology. Try to change this V2 to V1 because this will check for unrestricted consumption of APIs. Okay, so we can see V1 path is not found. Now do what? There's an user here, right? This particular thing is known as user. Now if we just change user and change this to admin, sorry, it went at caps and send the request. Now you can see user video got deleted successfully. So we are, as a normal user, we were able to delete the videos of us. Now this deleting video functionality was not there as a normal person, right? But by changing this particular user to admin, we are able to delete the videos. Now, what will happen if I change this particular value? Like if we want to delete videos of other user, what can we see? Let's change 6811 to 681. Okay, so there is no videos are there. Or we can change this to 68. So there is no profile. 123. So there is no profile or video name for. But what we can do, so whatever our thing was like 68, we can do one thing. We can send this to intruder and we'll select this particular part. Just go to the payload, just go to numbers and just go here from 1 to 6810. And what we can do, we can just create a resource pool of 100 milliseconds and we can start an attack, right? And we'll see whatever the request will get 200, so it will go on, and wherever we will get 200, okay, we will see that particular resource will get deleted. So I am now pausing the attack because it will take some time. Okay, in this way, actually what we can do, we will able to delete the videos of other persons also as well, because we are able to perform an admin level functionality here, right? So this is an example of broken function level authorization and also broken user level authorization. Here we are changing the function like the get to delete and we are performing user to admin. Okay. Now another thing I will show you how we can use Postman and Burp suite simultaneously. Like in lot of API documentation, like you will see that suppose there are a lot of private APIs and public APIs where you will see just a documentation of API. Okay. You won't see the API like if you just sorry. You will see a documentation like this. Like the web application will be there, but the like suppose the private API will not be integrated or the public API will not be integrated with the web application itself. They will work in separately. That might be of desktop or some others. So how will you test those APIs? Because if the web application is not running, you can't proxy those particular web app traffic into your box suite, right? So what will you do in this case? Like if you see just a API documentation like this, how will you test for all the functionalities that are present in a structure like this? So in this case, we will need to use Postman. So download Postman from your official website. So I have already my Postman downloaded. I will open my Postman. Now, but next thing what you need to do, you need to create a documentations. Okay, like you need to create an environmental files for that particular way. Now there are a lot of ways you can use MITM proxy to create a manual file, like environmental files of that particular site. Like here is this is the known as BAPI, so you can use manual MITM proxy for in order to create a Swagger file of this particular site. Or what you can do, if an official repository available, you can directly use this. So for this VAPI, an official JSON file is available, but if it is not available for you, you have to create it using MITM proxy. So I will just use the official repository. So let's just go. Okay, so I will just, and there is already a workspace present. So what I will do, I will download its workspace. So actually, WAPI is another vulnerable web application which you can use for your practice purposes. Okay. So what I will do, I will export this particular collection file. So let's have exported this collection file. And also another thing, sorry, it got. I will also download the environmental file. Okay, so let's download this too. I have downloaded both of these now. Now, if you just go, I have both of these here. Okay, so I think I have just download this one. Now, what I will do, I have to import these two in our Postman. So we will just click on import and just click on files and click on open. Okay, and click on import. So I have already imported one time also, so I will replace once again this. Now it's imported in our Postman itself. One thing we'll check if the variables are assorted. I guess they are not, so we have to assign the variables. So what I have to do, I will just click on one, go to one particular URL and just click on here and click on add variable. Okay, we have to select our scope. So you can just click on collection VAPI, and then whatever the website is where VAPI, where your Swagger file will be hosted, or whatever the documentation will be hosted, you have to give its URL. Okay, so here I will give the URL vapi.apisec.ai, and I will click on set variable, and it will variable will get set. Now another thing you need to check is you have to also set a proxy of Postman here. Okay, so and you have to set it Postman port to 5555 as I have said here, right? Now what will you do after that? Just go to create users and body, and you can let's give an username like Razz security, and just give it like Razz, and let's give course API hacking, and let's give password a normal password. We are creating a one user here, right? Now I will just click on send. Okay, I think there might be some kind of proxy. Let me check if there is any proxies open. Okay, so let me turn off the proxy and let's click on send request. You can see an username is been created. Okay, now if you just click on get user, you will get all the user. Okay, and an ID has been located. Now how to Now you can also try to edit everything. You can try to edit things here out. Like you can change the ID here and you can check for things also. But it will be better like if you get a Bobsuit version, like if you get all the requests, then you can use all the tools of Bobsuit also, right? So how we can get all of these requests in Bobsuit? Let me also show you. So let me just clear the history. After that, what you need to do, just go to settings and click on proxy. Add a new proxy, like give a new proxy server like 8081. Okay, and it will be all right, I guess, after that. You need to set this custom proxy configuration to on. Now go back to your Bob suite, go back to proxy settings. Sorry, add one separate proxy, add a port 8081, whatever the proxy you have get in your Postman. Just do the same. Now what will you do? Now try to send this request once again. Like if you send this request, because as I have already created this profile, so it is saying duplicate entry, but you will also get this request here in Bob, I guess. I think re-enable. I think you need to re-enable this from scope. Let me just click on send once again. And now here you can see you have got the request in bar. Now you can send this repeater or you can perform whatever the functionalities you are doing normally. You can do the same thing as Burp. You can also click on get users. If you click on send, you'll also get all the requests in your workflow. I think here's showing the inscription. Just click on apply. You will see all you are getting the same thing in your Bob suite also. So you can integrate your Postman into your Bob suite like this, and then you can test for all the WASP API top 10, whatever you are doing normally, into the same thing like this. Okay, so this is how you integrate Postman with Bob suite also. So that's how both integration work like this. And now then you can try to find all the vulnerabilities which are there in all this case, right? So that's all regarding the vulnerability. So that's a quick demo what I told regarding it. Now let's just do one thing. So let's also show you guys a mind map of what we can use. I think I had a mind map which I was talking about. So just a minute. Let me get a quick mind map. So let me show you guys that too also. So this is the best mind map that you can use for API security. If you just zoom in, then you can download this particular mind map and you will see what you need to do. What are all the functions? You will check for broken object level authorization and what are the authorization things that you need to check. Everything is been mentioned quickly. You need to check user authentication, mass assignment, vulnerability, improper asset management, injection, security management, excessive data exposure. So all the vulnerabilities are listed out here. So you can easily use this particular mind map for this. Also, there are a lot of API testing mind map are there, not only one. There are a lot of mind map that has been used. You can also refer to this particular URL. I will share this URL in chat. So you can copy this out, right? So let me just post it here. So all this you can use as normal, right? So that's all for, I guess, regarding today. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. So let me just stop my screen for sharing.